Hi, I'm Colin, and yes, I'm back with another video. I'm sorry, but this one's really important. I want to quickly talk to you about the power of podcasting and your marketing strategy. Podcasting has exploded in recent years. There are over 1.5 million podcasts out there with over 35 million episodes. I was a communications major, so I need this calculator, but for comparison, there was only about 1/3 of that just 2 years ago. Beyond entertainment, podcasts are a great way to define your brand, provide specific and detailed thought leadership, and tap into a new audience. Here are a few ways to do it. First, creating a podcast for your brand. Podcast topics can get super niche, seriously. Of those 1.5 million podcasts, there's a show for just about anything you can imagine nowadays. I one time listened to a whole podcast just about how ketchup is made, which means whatever your product or service is, there's a listenership for it. For instance, Lettuce Rewind is a podcast from the founders of Señor Lechuga Hot Sauce. The husband and wife co-hosts talk about how they started their own business and building their own brand. Brands like ZipRecruiter, Sephora, Blue Apron have all started podcasts educating their listeners and remaining true to their brand and purpose. If you don't want to start a branded podcast from scratch, another common way brands use podcasts for their marketing strategy is by partnering with shows that already have followings and paying for ad reads within episodes. If a podcast host trusts your product, their most loyal listeners will follow suit. For example, BetterHelp, an online behavioral health service, is advertising on health and wellness podcasts to find audiences that could benefit from their product. They also found room in the category of comedy podcasts with comedians who use their service and can talk to it. If you don't want to start a new podcast or pay for ad space, securing guest spots and interviews on popular shows is another great tactic for incorporating podcasts into your marketing strategy. For instance, Love and Grit is a hot new podcast from Visit Philly that tells authentic and diverse stories of the city to inspire all people. The podcast frequently features guest spots and interviews with local entrepreneurs and people of interest from all around the city, and it gives them a platform to talk about their passions, their businesses, and their brands. So those are just a few ways to get started, but the possibilities are endless. It's something that in 2020 and heading into 2021, we should all take into consideration. In the meantime, grab a pair of headphones, pick up a podcast, and whether it's true crime or how to start your own business, you have a lot of listening to do. If you want to spitball podcast strategy with experts like Chatterblast, hit us up today.